and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we have a brand new pick a card reading, and this one is all about your September 2025 month ahead prediction. So if you're curious what you can expect through your life through the month of September, the themes that are going to be going on, the events, the different things that you can expect happening in your life through the month of September, then you came to the right place. The way that this video works is I have 5 different groups in front of me. Each of them is going to hold different themes, different events, different energies, different circumstances, and all types of different things within it. You're going to use your intuition to choose one of these 5 different groups, whichever one calls to you the most. And by the way, everyone has an intuition. It's also known as your 6th sense, and your intuition is what reads energy. And of course, there's different energies and themes within each of these groups. And your intuition is going to know exactly which one resonates with you, and that's why you're going to be drawn to particular groups, and that is your intuition that is speaking to you. So the ways that you can tap into your intuition is perhaps when you clicked on this video, maybe one of the groups stood out to you amongst the rest. Occasionally your intuition might draw you towards multiple groups, and that's totally okay. That just means that there's multiple messages for you in today's video and that your intuition and you are resonating with multiple groups. So there's probably multiple messages for you, so you'd go ahead and tune into all the ones that your intuition is calling you towards. But most of the time your intuition is going to call you towards one amongst the rest. And if you have a hard time tapping into your intuition, another way that I like to tap into my intuition is I like to use my hand to gently just hold it over each of the groups to just feel what kind of energies I feel within that pile. And maybe there's going to be one that I just feel some sort of weird magnetic pull towards, some weird sort of just like one that just unknowingly just stands out amongst the rest. There's no particular reason why, it just does. And then that of course is your intuition that is speaking to you in that moment. So you'd go ahead and tune into that group. There's timestamps linked down below in the comment box as well as the description box so that you can easily navigate through this video and skip right ahead to your personal reading for your month of September. And that is what we do. We bring through information from guides and angels of 100% pure white light to bring you information that's for your highest good. That is always the intention behind every single one of my videos, is that all the information that comes through is for your highest good, to help you gain clarity, insight, and exactly what you need to know to help you attract your highest timeline and, you know, get on the timeline of your dream life. Like literally that's my intention behind all of these videos. So that is what we got going on over here. Take all the time that you need in the world. You can even pause the video if you would like in order to find out which pile you're the most drawn towards. And then for those of you that like to choose via the crystals that are on the piles, I know some of you like to get a close-up of each of the crystals, then let's go ahead and do a close-up. So over on group number 1, we have this beautiful Aqua Aura Quartz crystal. So if you find yourself drawn to this one or to group number 1, then that is going to be your pile. Group number 2, we have this really beautiful Sunset Aura Quartz crystal. So if you find yourself drawn to this one or to group number 2, then that is going to be your pile. Group number 3, we have this beautiful piece of Amethyst. So if you find yourself drawn to, if I can get this to focus. Okay. Group number 3, we have this beautiful Amethyst crystal. I almost said hocus focus, like hocus focus, my camera. Okay, anyway. That is for group number 3. Group number 4, we have this beautiful piece of black tourmaline. So if you find yourself drawn to the black tourmaline crystal, then group number 4 is going to be your pile. And then over on group number 5, we have this beautiful piece of copper. So if you find yourself drawn to the copper sphere, then group number 5 is going to be your pile. So those are the different group options for today's video for your month of September. Again, you can pause the video to take all the time in the world that you need. There's timestamps linked down below, and I will see you in your reading. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, my group number 1s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, my group number 1. So your first 3 cards, we have the Ears Listen card, then we have the New Moon Beginnings card, and then we have the Full Moon Culmination card. It is so wild that you got both the New Moon and the full moon. So this, one thing I can say is this month is actually going to be a very major month for you. And I would actually say the new moon and the full moon within the month of September, which I will have the dates of those somewhere on this video, because I don't know the dates of those yet. I have not looked at the astrology yet. However, there's always a new moon and a full moon, usually every month. And for you, I would say that those dates are going to be really big dates for you. Also, the fact that we have the ears listen card, I feel like you are going to be hearing something. There's going to be a really important conversation or a meeting that you're going to have, or even like a video that you're listening to, a song that you're listening. Something is going to give you an epiphany, or something is about to change your life that you are going to be hearing. And it's something that, you know, you're going to be like listening to. It's like a conversation that maybe a friend's going to tell you something, or maybe there's going to be a really important meeting that happens and you're going to gain some information that's going to lead to a brand new beginning and the culmination and finishing and completion of something. So it's interesting that you have like the new beginning and the culmination and completion. Perhaps you're like just about to finish up something in your life, or you're wondering how to close out an old chapter, or perhaps you're just about to, again, like finish a project or something like this, but maybe you're needing kind of like a fresh set of ears, or maybe you're waiting for a certain sign of like, what's the right thing to do? How do I wrap this up? How do I finish this? You're going to be getting all the information that you need in order to finish it. If any of you have any important tests or any other important things happening in the month of September, I see for you, you're going to be gaining all the information and insight that you need to make the right decision about what to end and what to begin. But there is kind of like an ending and brand new beginning that's happening this month for you. So perhaps like there's something big or significant happening in your life that you are already aware of, and maybe you're waiting to hear about something. If any of you are waiting to hear back on something, right? Maybe you're waiting to listen, you're like hearing, you're waiting to hear back from someone, from something. You're going to be hearing back in the month of September and gaining all of the information that you need that you've been waiting for. Maybe if you've been waiting for a sign of any kind, that's also going to be coming through in the month of September. We also have the 6 of Pentacles. You are going to be given the seeds for your next chapter. Also, this card is about gaining the help that you need. It's also about collaborations, working with other people, gaining the insight that you need in order to like bring your idea to fruition or bring your desire to fruition. It can also talk about money and finances, so it can talk about investing. It can also talk about somebody else helping you out with something. So whether you're needing to complete something, whether you need help with a project, whether you need help with your finances, or whatever it is that you're seeking help with. The 6 of Pentacles talks about gaining that assistance, gaining that help. It can also talk about charities and things like that too. So if any of you have been really interested in helping others in any way, this is also that card as well. We also have 3 of Pentacles reversed. I'm really getting this feeling like you need help on something. Maybe you need an extra pair of hands in order to complete something. Maybe you need an extra set of hands in order to to finish something up, or to gain a fresh perspective, to see what somebody else has done. You're going to be calling in that help this month, even if it feels like you don't have it right now. And even if it feels like you're completely lost on something right now, you're going to be gaining the exact insight that you need. Maybe you're like, you really want somebody else's opinion on something. You're going to be able to get all the right ideas, opinions, and things like this throughout the month of September that are going to help you reach your goal. The moon being reversed as well. Anything that you currently feel unclear about is coming to light this month. The path is getting more revealed. Anything that you also might be fearing, like if you're fearing getting bad news, if you're fearing getting like a rejection, or like somebody not being on the same page as you, or something like this, I really feel like this is the month where you're going to gain clarity on this. And it's also going to help you start a new beginning. And it's going to help you end something that was no longer serving you, or something that, again, you're just trying to wrap up and complete so that you can move on to your next chapter and move on to your next phase. So all of that's going to be coming through this month. And let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. I feel like pulling out these cards next. My group ones, what else do we have for your month of September? What else is going to be happening for you? We have joy and we also have victory. Ooh. Okay. So if you've been waiting to hear back on something, if you need help for something in order to get the outcome that you desire, there's victory coming in. I also see a celebration of some kind by the end of September. By the end of the month, there's going to be some form of celebration that you're having. I almost feel like it could be like a party that you're even throwing, or other people who want to celebrate your victory or your win. Or let's say that you say yes to a really big opportunity and people are like, oh my God, we got to celebrate this. We have to like, cheers to this. I see you cheersing and having some sort of like celebration with those that you're close with. This could be like your family, your partner, your friends, things like this. But I'm really seeing some sort of like victorious celebration of like, oh my God, I got the position that I wanted, or I passed the test, or I accepted this, or I signed this contract. There's something here that's really worth celebrating. For some reason, I'm hearing the 27th of September is going to be really significant. The 27th of the month, for whatever reason. And let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you for your month of September. My group ones, what else do we have for you? Some of you, there could be like a new job that you're starting. You also have Ascension and the Void. You're going to be finding new ways to fill aspects of you that once kind of felt empty. Or if there's even a part of your life where you're just like, has been this like empty space of wondering, how do I fill this? How do I create more fulfillment here? Or how do I, maybe if we've been jobless, we're like, okay, now I need to figure out how to fill that void. You're going to be figuring out how to fill whatever void has been in your life lately. You're going to get new opportunities, new insight. And again, even if you've just been waiting for something or unclear about something, that clarity is coming through. You're also going to be at a much higher position by the end of the month. It's almost like there's something that's going to really, again, be worth celebrating, where you're going to be high on life. You're also gaining a higher perspective to see things from a higher place. So anything that, again, you lack clarity on right now, there's going to be a lot of clarity being brought to that. There could also be some hesitation around a new beginning. Perhaps there's like this fear of like, what if it goes wrong? What if it doesn't go the way I want it to? Or, what if this, what if that? The moon kind of brings up our subconscious fears, but what I'm really seeing is that you're going to be able to get over this fear, no problem. There's a victory over this fear. There's joy on the other side of this fear. If you've ever gotten negative feedback, or if negative feedback does come through September, with the 3 of Pentacles being reversed over here, if any sort of negative feedback comes in, Spirit wants to say that any negative feedback is actually here to help you rise higher, to improve. And as you do, you're going to be able to be victorious. So any negative things that come in, if they do, I'm not saying that they will, but if they do, it is to help you rise higher and claim a victory. But there is brand new seeds coming in. Like the 6 of Pentacles talks about gaining the seeds to have everlasting success, gaining the help that you need to make something more sustainable and more lasting. Ooh, sustainable, that word is coming in really strong, sustainable. Maybe you're trying to find different ways of creating more sustainability in your life, like sustaining a higher level of income, for example, or sustaining peace in your relationships. Even creating sustainability when it comes to keeping up with your chores, or creating something that you can kind of sustain and keep up with. There's this feeling of desiring sustainability and also desiring a better balance in your life, because 6 of Pentacles is also when we focus on balance, focusing on balancing time off versus time working, balancing refueling ourselves and recharging ourselves and rejuvenating ourselves versus climbing towards a goal and all of that. So I also feel like there is this realization of wanting more balance and also creating more sustainability. Balance can also talk about income versus the excome. What word am I trying to say? Like money that goes out. Income versus outcome. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm trying to say the money that we spend. This is not working. I don't know the word I'm trying to look for right now. Please jot down below. My brain is having a brain fart. Why can't I think about the word for like expenses? There we go. expenses, income versus expenses. Wow, that word has eluded me today. So I feel like there's also going to be more balance when it comes to income versus expenses. Let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. We also have Priest and Scribe as your 2 archetype cards for this month. So the Priest card, the light attributes, is facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. The shadow attributes is violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. So what I'm kind of actually getting here, because sometimes the light and dark attributes aren't quite what I'm feeling from the card for you. For you, what I'm feeling from the Priest card is instead of your archetype switch that you're going to be having is starting to realize that instead of putting other people on a pedestal and trying to follow other people's advice, thinking that other people's thoughts and opinions are better than your own, what I'm feeling for you is realizing that your own internal guidance is the most powerful and the most important thing for you to listen to. That is what I'm feeling from this card. So rather than feeling like anybody else's thoughts or opinions or anything like this are somehow better or higher than your own, realize that you have your own internal guidance system, your own connection to the universe, to source, or to God, or whatever you want to call it. You have your own connection to that. And you can gain insight and wisdom for yourself as well, the things that resonate with you. That's what I'm really feeling. And I'm also hearing from this card to have faith in yourself and faith in the bigger picture that is unfolding for you. We also have the card of Scribe. The light attribute says preserving knowledge and information. The shadow attribute says altering facts or plagiarizing other people's work. So another thing that I'm feeling for this, again, I'm not really feeling like what it says on the card for you. However, I'm feeling the Scribe energy is coming through for you. The Scribe, if any of you have been inclined towards journaling, writing down your thoughts, or if you've even been planning on writing a book, let's say, or doing other types of writing work where you're planning something or even signing something. Scribe, I'm also seeing like a signature, signing a document, signing a really important contract, something like this. If you've been thinking about leasing something, buying something, or signing up for something where there's a contract involved, I'm really feeling like there's something positive here when it comes to Scribe. Even this could even be writing a test, writing a really important note or email, scripting something. There's some sort of important writing work that you're going to be doing through the month of September as well. And something that I'm hearing is trust in your own voice. Trust that you have a voice that can be carried and has meaning. Don't overthink like, oh, I need to make all the grammar perfect and all the words perfect and things like this. Really focus on just your own voice. Your own voice has so much potent power, okay? And don't put like proper grammar, all these other things above your own voice. Just write in your own voice. That is something I'm really hearing right now. Write something that, connects to you. And if you're doing a test or something like this, I'm really feeling like trust in yourself, come from your wisdom, your knowledge, your internal self, and realize that you have so much wisdom within you, okay? So that is what's coming up there. Let's dive into our Astro Dice. We're gonna go ahead and roll our zodiac sign dice 3 times to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs that will be in your life this month. So let's go ahead and see who they are. So we have Scorpio energy. So Scorpios are going to be pretty prominent. You might even be a Scorpio. We also have Libra energy popping up for you. So Libra people, Scorpio, Libra, and let's go ahead and find out the 3rd most prominent zodiac sign that we get. We also have Leo. So Scorpio, Libra, and Leo energy are the dominant energies that we're getting. These can also talk about the energies that are in your life. So Scorpio is kind of going within, doing a lot of internal reflection. Leo is very much about finding your inner confidence, shining your inner light more. And then Libra is about balance, fairness, and it can also be about flirtation as well. So let's go ahead and find out any last information for your month. And then we're gonna also just dive into a little bit of spiritual advice from our oracle cards really quick. But we have Neptune in Aquarius in the 6th house. The 6th house is the house of work, obligations, schedule. I really feel like you're actually going to be innovating your schedule. I felt like that since the beginning of this, where somehow your schedule is altering in some way, shape, or form. Neptune is when we are kind of making something a little bit more dreamlike, when we're focusing on, okay, what's my highest fantasy? What do I really want to do? What do I really want to create? Aquarius helps us innovate. It also helps us gain ideas from others. And then the 6th house is even your fitness, your schedule, your fitness, your health, your well-being, and your work and your service to others. So there's going to be like a higher level of imagination when it comes to all of those things. Perhaps even new information coming in that you're like, ooh, like there's a new way for me to innovate this. But let's go ahead and see what else we get. Any last cards for you, my group 1s for your month of September. So we have when you feel like you don't fit in, make space, my love. When you feel like you don't fit in, make space. There's always room for you. Make your own space. Okay, we had a card that just fell out on my lap, so I feel like it's meant for you. While I was holding the deck, this literally just fell out on my lap. It says the process is the worst until it isn't. So sometimes actually, yeah, like let's say you're studying for a really important exam and you're just like stressing out about it or something like this, or whatever other type of process that you're going through for, if you have a deadline that you need to meet or something like this. The process is sometimes the worst because we're like, oh my God, there's so much stress and blah, 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 until all of a sudden the process isn't, until it's done. And then we look back and we're like, look what I did. Oh my God, look what I accomplished. This is amazing. So process is sometimes the worst until it isn't. Sometimes we're emotionally processing something, moving through fear, moving through the unknown, closing out a chapter, doing all kinds of different things. The process is the worst until it isn't. So there is another side to it. There will be a new beginning. That's why we have the full moon, which is the culmination and the ending and the completion and the finishing of something. And then all of a sudden there's a new window, a brand new door that opens with brand new fresh air and all of that. So that is what we have for your month, my beautiful group number 1s. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group 2s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for September. So let's dive in. Okay, my group 2s, you have some very interesting cards here that all really correlate with each other. So we have cleansing, which is the smoke card. If it'll focus on this. We have cleansing, which is the smoke card. We have reflection, the mirror card. And then we also have retreat, the cave card. So to say the least, the energy that I'm feeling for you off the bat is that your month of September is going to be one where perhaps you're gaining more alone time. Perhaps you almost feel this inkling to maybe cancel some plans, to do some more inner reflection. Maybe you're also processing things emotionally right now, like reflecting on something from your past, reflecting on, what do I do? Where is this going to take me? Where is this going to go? Where is this going to lead to kind of questions? Maybe you're reflecting on past circumstances, or maybe even kind of reflecting on and sort of deciding what is my future going to be? What is it going to look like? What is this going to lead to? But I really feel like there's something that might be unclear right now, because the smoke always kind of makes us feel unclear about something. It's sort of like something's foggy right now. However, this card is also the card of cleansing. So throughout the month of September, through your inner reflection, through the deep introspection that you're doing and all the things that are going to kind of happen throughout the month of September, the smoke is going to clear and you are going to feel cleansed. If there is a situation that you're going through in your life right now where, let's say that you almost feel like burnt out on something, or there's like something that happened that again you're reflecting on that's kind of just, it felt like it was once up in flames, or it's kind of just smoking along and you're just like, what is going to happen? I really feel like throughout this month you're going to be cleansing this old energy, whatever weight or fog or mist or things that have been clouding your mind, thoughts that have been clouding your mind, worries, stresses that have been clouding your mind, just this overlurking shadow of like something, this thought that just keeps following you. You're going to be cleansing that. This month is the month of cleansing it. It's going to be gone. You won't have to worry about it anymore. So if you've been looming in something and you're just like, when is this going to go away? When am I going to be done this chapter? Is this going to follow me forever? No, it's not. It is absolutely not going to follow you forever. This is the month where it is going to be cleansed. We also have the number 6 on this card, so I do actually feel like it's going to cleanse pretty early in the month of September. Or at least it's going to at least begin that clearing process, and you're going to feel clearer and clearer from it throughout this month. But this month is a real like cleansing month, right? We also have the cave retreat card. So there also could be something where you're feeling like just retreating back in a little bit more. You're not really feeling like getting out and about there. You're not really feeling like being around too many other people. I really feel like you're taking time for like introspection. And it's interesting, there's this like beautiful little light within the cave. So I feel like you're gonna get epiphanies through this time alone. Through any time that you're taking alone, whether you're taking walks out in nature or exploring something, or even just spending time simply by yourself, or even having a spa night in your own bathroom, I really feel like you're gonna be gaining epiphanies and new ideas that are going to open up brand new doors for you in life. You're gonna get your brightest epiphanies, biggest realizations. But again, I feel like you're just deeply reflecting on something right now, and there's something that's gonna evoke some more reflection. I'm also feeling from the mirror card, you're gonna be transforming something about yourself. There's something that's transforming, whether it's an inner part of you where you're like reflecting on previous choices, previous behaviors, previous decisions. You're gonna be doing some inner reflection and kind of really gaining some insight in healing and learning from that, to where you're going to be doing an inner transformation and kind of becoming somebody new and cleansing out the old kind of blah that you don't want to be anymore, the things that don't resonate with you anymore, the things that you've learned from and grown from. On top of that, with the reflection card, there also could be something externally that you are wanting to transform. So perhaps you're really working on your own self-image, like the way that you personally view yourself. Or perhaps you're like, I want to get my hair cut differently. Or perhaps you're wanting to do some other sort of transformation to where you feel renewed. But there is going to be a sense of renewal happening through this month for you. So I do feel like there's going to be big renewal energy. I feel like you're changing internally, and on top of that, it is going to reflect externally as well. Whenever we do a really big cleansing, whenever we learn, when we upgrade ourselves, it actually quite literally does alter the way we appear and the way we look. And it is subtle, but it is also big at the same time. So I do feel like there is shifts that are happening for you on an external level as well as internal. So we also have the Ace of Swords being reversed. You're also gaining a lot of clarity this month. You're realizing also your own power of your thoughts. This is going to become something that you're much more aware of. I also feel like you're like cutting certain things loose that no longer serve you. When the Ace of Swords is reversed, we are, ooh, wow, I was trying to like get these cards like back up again, and those ones just kind of flew out as I was picking the cards up again. So we're gonna take it, we're gonna go with it, because there is no mistakes when it comes to spirit and speaking through the tarot. So your thoughts, you're sort of really realizing how your thoughts shift and create your reality. But one thing that I'm feeling of is it has almost felt like your thoughts have been controlling you lately, because when Ace of Swords is reversed, perhaps it feels like we're almost losing control of our own thoughts, and our thoughts are just being intrusive here and there. Our thoughts are just, bringing up, crap from the past that we're just like, no, I don't want to be thinking about that. Like, what the frick? And so, but they're coming through in order for you to cleanse it and heal it is the biggest kind of thing that I am hearing here. If there was any conversations that you've had that did not go the way that you wanted them to, Ace of Swords being reversed, I'm really feeling like this is your month where there's going to be the opportunity for closure and clarity regarding any misunderstandings and regarding anything that wasn't communicated properly. I also feel like you're going to be learning a lot about communication this month. So another thing that I'm really feeling coming through strongly for you is if you've been having mishaps when it comes to communication, there's going to be a lot of reflection of realizing maybe I do need to be really clear, really direct, and really forward rather than being elusive with my wording, because sometimes we're like scared of hurting people, so we tend to be a little bit elusive, and maybe it's just like, no, I need to be clear, I need to be blunt, I need to be straightforward. Maybe we're also needing to be straightforward with ourselves. If there's a decision that you need to make where there's been like a lack of clarity on it, and you're just like, back and forth, teeter-tottering between yes and no, and there's a lack of clarity there. Ace of Swords says, what is your heart really connected to? And when it's reversed, it can sometimes give us the advice to say no to something, or to realize that maybe we need to revise it more, maybe we need to make it more clear, maybe we need to be a little bit more detail-oriented on it in order for us to gain all the clarity that we need with it. If you've been thinking about journaling or reading or anything like that, and maybe it's just like we're getting behind in our journaling, getting behind on our reading, getting behind on those practices that we said we were going to do, or those promises that we had to ourselves, Ace of Swords being reversed is sort of realizing where we've maybe dropped the ball on those things. And it is picking back up the ball and saying, okay, what is realistic for me? What can I truly say yes to? And what do I maybe have to say no to? Ace of Swords being reversed gives us the courage to say no to things that don't resonate with us, and also to maybe cancel some things that aren't quite in our highest alignment. So what are those things that maybe we need to cancel? What are those things that maybe we need to say no to? Because Ace of Swords being reversed is this more no type of energy, and it's going to lead to more Ten of Cups energy and to the Empress energy, because again, Empress now showing up reversed here says that perhaps we need to have a clear vision of exactly what we desire in life in order for it to manifest quite properly. Empress reverse can also talk about needing to nurture something a little bit more. Maybe we're rushing, wanting to bring something into this world, wanting to manifest something into this world, because the Empress talks about an idea that we have, that we are getting ready to brew, and we want to birth it into this world. We want to experience it, right? But it can also symbolize, when it's reversed, that we might be rushing the process, right? We don't want to rush the process. We want it to brew as long as possible so it can become as healthy as possible, so it can become as perfect as possible, and then when it's ready, we can birth it into the world. It's just like putting cookies into the oven for them to bake, but then wanting the cookies so badly that you take them out 30 seconds later and they're still raw dough, and you're just like, wait a second, why is this all raw dough? It's not quite what I want. We sometimes need a longer brewing time. So when it comes to whatever it is that you're manifesting, whatever it is that you want to birth into this world, perhaps, again, since we have all these pause cards and reflection cards, maybe it's not quite the right time to birth it into the world yet, because it needs more brewing time. It needs more brewing time. It needs to brew a little bit longer, which is okay. So there's this energy of be patient, right? Ten of Cups coming out as well. This is going to lead to happiness. Look at, it's interesting that, we have this symbolic energy of, being pregnant and then birthing something into the world as your symbolic message for pausing before expecting or rushing things or wanting things to happen right now. But then look at the outcome. We literally have the little baby on this card. It is coming. So one thing that Spirit really wants to make clear to you is that your vision is coming to life. You can make your vision happen. Just because you have to keep the cookies in the oven a bit longer than you maybe desire, and you have to wait a little bit and be a little bit patient, you are still getting cookies at the end of it, and they're gonna be way more tasty if you wait for the proper brewing time. They're gonna be way more tasty, right? Like, let's say that you're cooking a chicken or something. We don't wanna eat raw chicken. So we want it to stay in there the perfect amount of time, nor do we want it to be overcooked either. There is a proper brewing time, and I feel like the universe for you is saying, just have a little bit of patience, because the universe is guiding you to that proper brewing time for it to then come to its full fruition and be perfect and be magical and all those types of things. So whatever it is that you're waiting on, whatever it is that you're making a decision on, whatever it is that you've been working on, all of these things, universe is saying have a little bit more patience. If there is any delays, that's totally okay. If you feel like maybe canceling plans or, stretching something out a little bit longer, that's great. That's great. So anyway, we don't want it to stay, again, we don't want it to overcook or overbake, but we might want it to bake a little bit longer. We also have paradox. So paradox coming through, the universe is full of paradoxes. Paradoxes is when two truths are true at the same time. One truth that's coming through as a good example of a paradox is the fact that resting is actually literally sometimes the most productive thing that you can do. Isn't that a weird paradox? We're like, resting, it's like, that's the opposite of being productive. But at the same time, sometimes it's literally the most productive thing that we can do. So that's a weird, interesting paradox, right? Because two truths are true at the same time. Resting is technically not being productive. It's not getting things done, but sometimes resting is the best way to be productive, because sometimes it's what refuels us with the energy to then get our stuff done. Sometimes the interesting paradox is sometimes we need to take a back seat from something. Sometimes we need to bring a halt to something in order for us to gain the epiphanies that we need. So sometimes when we're so focused on what we're brewing, what we want to create, what we want to manifest, sometimes that ends up delaying it even more, because we're focusing our energy so intently right there that we don't really have inspiration for new ideas or to expand it or any of these other things. But sometimes when we focus our time elsewhere, we gain all the epiphanies that we need. Anyway, I'm going off. I tend to go off in these readings where I go on tangents, and I know some of you love it, some of you hate it, but here we are. We're always gonna get a mixed bag. I read the way I read, and that's about it. So anyway, we also have soul work coming through. So through your rest and retreat, there's going to be soul work that you're doing, inner soul transformations. I also feel like there might be some big things that you are working on, big things that you are wanting to get done. And this month, there's going to be a mix between a lot of introspection, taking time for you, inner reflection, probably a little bit more alone time than your average month. There's also going to be a lot of inner soul work that happens. And I feel like you're getting deeper in alignment to your purpose and some sort of project or something else. There's going to be a lot of productivity with it. There's going to be moving forward energy happening, forward motion energy. And then we also have the observer. For some reason, when I'm looking at this, I'm feeling, for one, your observation of yourself, inner reflection, which matches this. But there's also an energy here of like looking at your phone or wanting to know what somebody else is doing, or wanting even comparison or something like this, comparing yourself to other people. Another thing that I'm feeling is your energy is going to become so much more clear when you create clear boundaries around no longer comparing yourself or looking up your ex on Instagram or something like this, where it kind of takes your time and your energy away and your focus away from where it should be going. For some reason, I feel like taking out this deck of cards next. I am not sure why, but for some reason for you, this one is the one that is calling to me. So group twos, let's see what we get here for you. I am feeling this card. So we also have Lumeria, creating heaven on earth. It is happening. So if you've been wanting to create your little piece of heaven, or if you've been wanting confirmation that your idea is brewing and it is coming to life, there's your confirmation. You are literally creating heaven on earth. You are taking something that's once an idea, once the non-physical, and you're bringing it here onto planet Earth. So let's go ahead and dive into your Astro Dice here. And we're actually going to start with our zodiac sign dice to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs that'll be in your life this month. So we have Scorpio energy. We have Scorpio energy coming through. We also have Capricorn energy coming through. And we have Capricorn energy again coming through. Lots of Capricorn energy, and Taurus. So Scorpio, Capricorn, and Taurus energy are your top 3 most likely zodiac signs that will be in your life this month. It could also be talking about Capricorn's linked to productivity. Scorpio's linked to introspection, which is very fitting for you. And Taurus is linked to comfort and being surrounded by more luxury as well. And it's also associated with food. Now, your last little bit of Astro Dice energy here. We have Uranus in Aries in the second house. The second house is the house of our material assets. It can also be our investments and our money that we have in the bank. Uranus brings us shifts or new ideas or innovations or unexpected things. So if any of you have been thinking about investing, Uranus being in the second house can be like, a new innovative idea of a way to invest, or it could be like a new innovative idea of a way to save money. So be open to new innovative ways of growing your material assets, especially with the Aries energy, because this is opening us up to new beginnings and new ideas. And let's go ahead and see any last things that Spirit wants to say for you for your month of September. Well, that was a lot of cards, but we're going to go through it because there is always a reason why. So we have, the more you focus on the present moment, the more you align with your inner peace. That's so true. Rather than worrying about the future or anything like that. We also have, sometimes you need to, that should say you need to lose yourself. Sometimes you need to lose yourself in order to find yourself. There's definitely a typo on that card. That's funny. Then we have focus on your inward connection of your divine being. You have a divine being within you who always aligns you to higher thoughts, higher wisdom. We also have, what are some actions you can take to move this stagnant energy? So rather than worrying or getting caught up in stresses or any of that, what are some actions you can take to move this stagnant energy? Then we also have, they entered your life for a specific reason to support you in a way that only they could. So anybody that's only in your life for a particular season, they came there for a reason. And that is a reminder there. So my beautiful group number 2 is, that is your reading for the month of September and all those different things that you can expect. I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. And until next time, bye. All right, my group number 3 is, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for the month of September. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Okay, my group 3s, we have some powerful freaking cards for you. Holy dang. We have Vessel, which is insight. We also have the Eye of Horus, which is omniscience, which is the state of knowing everything. Woo. Then we also have resilience with the scarab beetle. The scarab beetles in ancient Egypt are connected to magic. Whoa. So my group 3s, what I'm actually feeling for you from this reading is that there is some sort of spiritual awakening happening for you, or some sort of like, you're just going to be learning something this month, learning something that is going to help you unlock more divine wisdom within you to align you to your inner magic of what you can be creating in the world. If any of you, my group 3s, if any of you are learning more about manifestation, more about spirituality, more about your own inner power, your inner mind, the power of your thoughts, the power of your beliefs, the power of your self-image, your identity, things like this, if you've been drawn to any of that, oh my Lord, you are waking up your inner magic. You are filling your vessel with wisdom to create something. I'm getting Aquarius energy from this, by the way. I don't know if any of you know an Aquarius, or if you're an Aquarius, or if there's like Aquarius energy. Aquarius energy can also simply be connected to like brand new insights that help you expand. Aquarius energy can also be connected to allowing your own unique self to emerge, and it's also connected to spirituality and like astrology and insights and things like that. Eye of Horus, omniscience. I really feel like you're learning brand new things. If any of you have been into reading lately, or again, manifesting, if you're just like, oh, I want to learn more about manifesting, I want to learn how to manifest my highest dream life, whoa, that's going to be working for you, but you're really learning and awakening your own inner magic. If you haven't been interested in those things before, I would almost highly say that you're going to all of a sudden get an interest for them through the month of September. But most of you, I'm kind of feeling like you're probably already being guided in that direction, considering you chose this pile and these cards are coming up for you. But this is going to be a powerful month of realizing how you can create your dream reality. And if any of you are thinking like, okay, is this actually going to work for me? Is manifestation actually working? Or am I doing the correct things? The fact that you chose this pile, the fact that you have these cards coming up, talking about your inner magic, talking about your inner knowing and being able to gain total insight into things, what you're doing is freaking working. You are filling up your vessel. If you feel like you have this empty vessel, this container where you're ready to welcome in more of something, whether that be more abundance, maybe you're wanting to welcome in more love into your life, or your dream job, your dream life, whatever that might be, you're gaining the insight that you need to make that a reality, and you're going to start noticing the flow of it being able to arrive in your life, whether that is small little trickles or a whole flood kind of coming in. But you are headed in the direction of your dreams. Your divine inner magic is absolutely being created. And there's another message about being completely resilient, because that's another aspect of the scarab beetle, is resilience. And so no matter what it is that you've been through, no matter what it is that you are currently going through, a huge message that's coming in. You're going to be finding the ways to fill up your vessel even when you feel completely lost, completely empty, completely out of place. Or maybe you're getting into total alignment and you're just like, okay, it would be nice to know that, maybe my alignment is working and I'm getting towards where I want to go. And you absolutely are. The things that you are desiring are absolutely coming into your life, and they are being manifested as long as you stay resilient towards your goal and overcoming whatever it is that comes your way, and continuing to choose belief, continuing to choose your higher path. You are going to achieve exactly what you came here to achieve. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. My group 3s, all about your month of September. So let's go ahead and see. We have the Hermit coming through, and we also have Ace of Cups being reversed. So the Hermit is a bit more of an introspective energy. It's kind of when we go more within, and it's also when we have kind of like spiritual awakenings and things like that as well. The Hermit is a very powerful card because he's the one who gains inner sight into himself, learns more about himself. And so I feel like you're almost going on a self-awakening journey, awakening deeper aspects of yourself, awakening a new passion perhaps, awakening a new interest. You're even going to be uncovering, if any of you have been getting into like uncovering your limiting beliefs and like rewiring those, recoding those, that process is working for you. It's interesting that we have the Ace of Cups being reversed and then also the Vessel card in this reading as well, because the Vessel is kind of like the Ace of Cups. Even if you look at them, they look so similar. Any part of your life where you currently feel unfulfilled in, the work that you're putting in through the month of September is leading to the filling of your cup. Wherever that you feel drained, or if you feel a lack of something, if you're seeking more fulfillment, more abundance, more happiness, more joy, whatever it is that you're seeking, you're going to be finding the keys and the tools to being able to create that this month through like the books that you're reading, or the things that you're going to be interested in, the things that you're going to be guided to. You're really starting to learn and pick up on exactly what you need to know. If you've been wanting, I just got a whole other message as well with looking at the Ace of Cups. If you have been leaking your time, energy, or resources in some way where it just feels like there's constantly leaks happening, where all of a sudden, when a second that you have free time, all of a sudden something happens and something comes in that takes away that free time. Or if you've been feeling even that way about your energy or even your resources, such as your money or things like this, when it comes to your energy or your money and whatever. If you've been feeling like every time that you get it, it feels like there's some way that it leaks out of your life, you're going to be learning the tools and wisdom to patch that back up so that you can fill your vessel full. Okay, and it's going to take a shift. I feel like you're doing inner work where you're learning how to have a breakthrough. You're learning how to break through old barriers, old obstacles. This is actually a very magical month for you, even though some of you might be feeling a lot of resistance when it comes to your manifestation. There's freaking like magic happening beneath the surface here. There is magic happening for you. So I would say absolutely continue on exactly the journey you're going through, because it is working. And you are actually liberating yourself and freeing yourself from exactly what's been holding you back. You're going to be setting yourself free. You're setting yourself free from exactly the old chains. If you felt stuck to something or felt stuck in your life in any way, shape, or form, you're sort of learning how to free yourself from that, how to open yourself to new opportunities. All of that is pretty dang magical, if I do say so myself. It's also wild. We have 3 major arcana cards and then an ace. You're going through a major time in your life right now. I felt it immediately when I saw these 3 cards coming up at first. You're going through a major time in your life. This is a major shift. And actually the things that you're going to be doing right now are literally shifting your destiny and your future. So keep believing in yourself, keep moving towards learning those ways of becoming the master architect of your reality, because it is working for you. We also have the creator card coming up for you. You're the absolute creator of your reality. I feel like that's something big that you are realizing. And continue realizing that, continue on that journey, because it is freaking gonna be powerful. We also have the death card, which is the card of transformation. I feel like you're gonna be shifting on such a big level. You're kind of shifting who you are at your core. You're shifting your self-identity. You're shifting so much about yourself. Yeah, anyway, let's see what else we get here. I wanna get one more of these cards on this group here. I really feel like your main themes are this, because there's not a whole lot that's coming up in regards to like everyday experiences. Like what's coming up for you are these major kind of life-altering, turning kind of events that perhaps you don't really see on the surface, and perhaps you're just like, well, I'm just like reading a book, I'm just kind of doing these little practices, just kind of doing this and that. Is it actually having an impact? Yes, it is. Oh my gosh. Shadow, you're going to be bringing your unconscious world to light. So I also feel like you're going to have some big realizations and big epiphanies when it comes to shifting your way of thinking. Also when it comes to uncovering old aspects of yourself and realizing like, oh my God, that's why I've been stuck. Oh my God, it's realizing now that I realize that, now I can set myself free. There could also be some sort of information coming through this month that is actually going to set you free, something that you didn't know. So this could be somebody telling you something. This could be news coming in that is going to help bring something to light or bring clarity to certain things in your life that are going to allow you to be completely set free. So let's go ahead and see some archetype cards for you to get some archetype transformation insight. So just since I feel like you're going through a major transformation this month, my group threes, I feel like this is going to be a really powerful message for you, because the archetype cards show us our transformation and a little bit more about what's happening. Ooh, look at our card here. So we actually have a few cards here. The first one is the Thief card. So sometimes I don't quite relate to what the card says as the meaning that is coming through, but we're going to read it anyway. So this sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Whoa, powerful. Shadow attribute, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. One thing that I'm feeling here for you is that there almost might be this feeling that everyone else is ahead of you, and you feel like, oh, like other people, they're already doing my idea. Therefore, why should I pursue my idea if there's other people already doing it? But the thing is nobody could ever take your abundance. You might even feel like people have wronged you in your life. Maybe some people have stolen your ideas before. Maybe certain people have taken advantage of you in certain ways. And maybe you almost feel like, the way you've been treated by others has maybe been a reason for your setbacks. And something that's really coming through very powerfully right now is that the potential wealth that's within you can quite literally never be stolen. It can't be stolen by somebody else's ideas, somebody else pursuing your ideas, things like this. Even if they become successful taking your idea, the thing is they're never going to be able to do that idea or create that idea in the same way that you would, with your same energy, your same uniqueness, and all of that. Everyone brings something different to the table. So for example, let's say that you told me plus some other tarot reader to both write a book on tarot. And like maybe it's the same idea, but there's going to be two completely different books written because they're coming from two different people with two different perspectives. And so something that I'm really hearing for you is if you feel like you can't pursue your dreams because there's other people already doing it, just realize that you have your own unique perspective, you have your own unique energy that other people are going to resonate for, and it adds a whole different piece of the pie, right? It adds a whole different piece of the pie. So there's wealth within you that can never be stolen, even if you feel like you've been wronged by people in the past. You have energy within you, uniqueness within you, gifts within you, talents within you, potential within you that can never, ever be taken away or stolen. So that message is really coming through. We also have Midas and Miser. My pronunciation is not here sometimes. But anyway, light attributes, entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. Delight in sharing life's riches. Whoa. Shadow, hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. Wow. If any of you have a fear of losing your wealth, so you're hoarding money or even your emotions, or you fear that you're not going to be successful at something, so you're holding yourself back, realize that you have the light attribute within you, entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. You have this ability within you to take an idea and turn it to gold if you're willing to see yourself that way as well. There's a delight in sharing life's riches, enjoying the riches of life, realizing that nothing can ever take away from you. We also have the card of gossip coming through. This one says, awakens consideration for the feelings of others and honoring trust. The shadow attributes is thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidence. If you feel like other people have been gossiping about you, or if you have been partaking in gossip, one thing is that it does bring our energy down lower. The light attributes, awakening consideration for the feelings of others and honoring trust. When we surround ourselves with people who honor trust, we're going to feel so much better to be ourselves. We're going to feel so much more seen and comfortable being who we are. So one thing I'm hearing is really surround yourself by people who you really trust and love, and distance yourself from people who you don't trust. So let's go ahead and roll our astro dice. We're going to start with the zodiac sign dice to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs that are going to be in your life this month. So let's see who they are. So we have Gemini energy. We also have Pisces energy. And we also have, more Gemini energy coming through. Gemini and Pisces. Gemini is like really wanting to make an appearance. And Aries. Gemini, Pisces, Aries energy is coming through for you. Those are the top 3 most likely zodiac signs to be in your life this month. Perhaps they're also a reflection of your own. And let's go ahead and see what else we have for you. So we have Mars. Mars, the planet of action, the planet of like being the warrior. And we also have that being in Pisces in the 4th house. The 4th house is your home life. I feel like you're going to be productive, but it's going to be within your home. There's a lot getting done within your home life. Mars energy can also be like a very motivated energy. So you might be very motivated to solidify your foundation more. You might be really motivated to beautify your home, or even rearrange your home or be productive in your home, catching up on chores and things like that. And then Pisces allows us to be creative and have a creative vision. So perhaps we're rearranging things, making things look better, decluttering and doing organizing and things like that. So my group number 3s, that is what we have for you. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 4s, if you chose this pile, this is gonna be your reading for the month of September. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Oh my goodness, my group 4s, we have some powerful cards for you right off the bat. So we have Master number 22, Master number 44 with the Spider of Creation. Then we also have the Key of Freedom and the Serpent of Transformation. These are some powerful, powerful cards. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So first off, the first kind of feeling that I got when I looked at the Spider of Creation is, if any of you have been seeing spiders around lately or finding spiders in your home or anything like that, spiders are a sign that our dreams are manifesting into physical reality. So whatever it is that you're wanting to create, if you're on or inside the process of creating something, maybe you're working on a project, building something, dreaming about something that you really want to create in the real world, there's going to be real sturdy action taken towards this through the month of September, and you're going to start seeing it come to life. If not, you're actually going to wrap it up and bring your project to its full fruition through the month of September, or at least begin seeing it come to life. Either or. Again, this is a general reading, so I'm kind of getting that there's a slightly different timeline for each of you. Some of you, you're going to be wrapping it up and seeing the final birth of it in the month of September. Others of you, it's in the making process, and you're going to be watching it weave together and slowly getting created and solidified into its physical form and all of that. So master number 22 is connected to being the master builder and setting a foundation and building something to its full fruition. Spiders are really connected to magic and manifestation energy, so something is really deeply manifesting for you this month. Then we also have freedom and key. So there's going to be a key to more freedom in your life. Perhaps you're either taking a vacation, or some of you are gaining more independence or more freedom with your time, more freedom with your schedule in some way, shape, or form through the month of September. But there's a key that's unlocking more freedom in your life this month. So I feel like this is a month of being able to bask in the joy of that fun. And then we also have transformation, which is the serpent card with master number 44. 44s are connected to the harvest of abundance of whatever it is that you are building. So whatever you're building within this spider creation card is leading you to being able to harvest more abundance in some way, shape, or form. I almost wonder if some of you are doing some sort of work project or doing something on the side to where it could make you more money, and then that's unlocking a key to more freedom or something like this. But there's a big transformation that you are personally going through during this process where you're sort of transforming into somebody new as well, somebody that is more capable of creating larger amounts of abundance, somebody who's more capable of creating like a stronger, sturdier foundation and more freedom in your time and schedule. Perhaps you're wanting to transform into somebody where you do have more time and freedom, and you're weaving the web to make that happen. And look at this. It is quite literally actually manifesting and happening for you through the month of September, or at least the pieces to those puzzle are coming together. But let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you for your month of September. Also, I want to say with the black tourmaline crystal that was on this pile, black tourmaline is also about transformation, and it's also about protection. So another thing that I'm seeing is like you're maybe protecting a vision that you have, protecting a dream that you have, protecting what you want to create, and also at the same time going through a big internal transformation yourself of maybe even taking more time off, having the key to more freedom. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you for your month of September. Okay, so we also have the Hangman being reversed. Something that you've been waiting on is finally moving forward. And also the Hangman talks about a perspective shift. So if there's anything where you felt stuck or you felt like you couldn't move forward in some way, the month of September is going to bring the right perspective and epiphanies that will shift your mindset and help you realize what you need to do in order to have this move forward, or you're going to realize the key to your freedom. Let's go ahead and see what else we get for you. Or again, even if you've just simply been stuck in some way in life, like creatively stuck or physically stuck in some way, that is going to be shifting and you're going to find your way forward. Queen of Cups showing up reversed. She can talk about when we are not necessarily trusting our intuition, or even not making enough time for self-care. In what ways, my group fours, have you been maybe neglecting your self-care? Queen of Cups reminds us that it's so important to feel our emotions, honor our emotions, but also equally dive into self-care and nourishing practices that help us reinvigorate joy and love and sensuality into our lives. To be able to ask and say what we need so that we can feel sensual, so that we can feel excited. And she's also the connection to our intuition. So if you feel like you've been disconnected in any way from your intuition, another thing that I'm feeling for you is that when we have an emotional release and we can come back to like emotional balance, those are the moments where our intuition speaks to us very powerfully, and your intuition has been speaking to you. And another reminder that's coming through is that intuition never speaks through fear. Intuition never speaks through fear. Intuition speaks through inner knowings, just being like, I just know this, right? But it doesn't speak through like, oh, what if this? Oh, what if that? Intuition speaks in loving ways. Knight of Wands being reversed is coming through. So if there's ever been a lack of energy around anything, or if you've been working really hard and not taking time off, there's an importance of restoring your energy this month, especially with Page of Wands being reversed as well. Wow, we have a lot of reverse cards showing up for you here. That's wild. So anyway, the spark of motivation and inspiration comes through rejuvenating yourself. So maybe when we take moments to pause, that's where we get rejuvenated, and that's where our energy restores, and that's where we're able to manifest, because this is a big manifesting month for you. And perhaps since it's such a big manifesting month for you, maybe that's why it's like, maybe it's just feeling like we're on the go and on the go and on the go. But what's really important, I really feel like you're going to be realizing the importance of rest and rejuvenation and recharging yourself. That's coming through really powerfully here. There could also be people in your life where maybe we're trying to get a lot done because maybe there's other people that we're responsible for, and we almost feel like drained because we're like, oh, I have to take care of this person, I have to take care of this person, and maybe we're responsible for a lot of things. But this month I really feel like balance is going to be a priority. Creating boundaries is going to help balance out how we're spending our time. And then we also have the card of patience, having patience, not feeling like we need to get everything done yesterday, but rather feeling like, you know what, I can take my time with this. I can take a little bit more time. I can be patient. I can wait. It's not the end of the world if it takes another week. It's not the end of the world if it takes the rest of the month, right? There's certain things that we can have patience for, and I really feel like patience for yourself right now is coming up as a key. Let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you, my group fours. We also have the card of letting go. There's something that you are going to be releasing, which is going to really help lighten the load of what you are carrying. Because you're going through such a big time of manifesting something big that it might feel like you're carrying a lot. It might feel like you're doing a lot. But being able to let go of some of those things, being able to let go and relax a little bit is going to really help rejuvenate you. We also have knowledge and wisdom coming through. If any of you have been wanting to read a book, take a course, take a class, if you're studying for something, if you're currently in school for something, or wanting to upgrade a skill in some way, shape, or form, this is also going to be happening in September. Gaining some new wisdom, gaining some new knowledge, reading a book, doing something that really gives you epiphanies on what you need. And it could be the exact wisdom that's going to unlock more freedom in your life, or it's going to help you finish up this project and then also have an inner transformation to align better to creating more balance when it comes to abundance and rest, and also trusting your intuition. So that's coming through really powerfully. And then let's go ahead and dive into our Astro Dice as well. We're going to take our zodiac sign dice and roll it 3 times to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs that are going to be in your life this month. So we have Sagittarius coming through. We got Sagittarius energy. Then we also have Aquarius energy. And we also have Leo energy. So Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Leo. Let's go ahead and roll them all together now to get any last information for you. So we have the Sun in Leo in the 11th house. The 11th house is friends. It also talks about the world. So some of you, maybe there's a vacation that you're planning or wanting to take, or planning to take within the month of September. Or maybe you're making the plans for it this month, because freedom as well as the 11th house can talk about vacations. The Sun brings happiness to wherever it lands. The Sun is also our soul. You're going to find your happiest moments through spending time with those you love, networking, making new connections. And there possibly is going to be a really important new connection that does come through this month. And it's you also learning to be in the spotlight. the 11th house is also connected to social media. So I almost wonder, I have a question for some of you. Are some of you maybe in the social media spotlight in some way, shape, or form? Because this could mean that there's more exposure or more recognition happening for you, where you're being spotlighted. This could also simply be on a more macro level, such as being highlighted within your company that you work for or something like this, or in your school. So the sun in Leo in the 11th house, there's something that you're gaining more recognition for. For a lot of you, I'm feeling like this is like more recognition online in some way, and is really positive. So that's coming through right there. And let's go ahead and get any last cards for you, my group 4s. So we also have, I am in charge of my own happiness. Nobody's in charge of it for you. You are in charge of your own happiness. Okay, and then let's go ahead and see your last 2 here. We also have close the chapter. Close the old chapter. Allow the new one to be born. I give myself permission to release any guilt, shame, or regret. That is powerful. I give myself permission to release any guilt, shame, or regret. Close that chapter. That is key to your freedom. Don't allow yourself to ruminate on it anymore. Don't allow it to have place in your mind. It ain't paying rent. It's time to release any guilt, shame, or regret from your past, because thinking about it anymore ain't gonna change nothing. So let's just go ahead and transform out of that, create the new, and that is your key to freedom this month. This is about letting go, having boundaries, coming back to who you want to be and what you're now creating moving forward. And boom, a whole new chapter is about to open up for you, my love. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video, my beautiful group number 4s. And I'm sending you all so much love. And until next time, bye. Okay, my group 4s, if this is group 5. Oh my gosh, I'm so used to number 4s being the last group. But in today's video, you are the 5th group and the last group. So let's go ahead and dive into your reading if this is the group that you chose. Okay, group 5s. So we have harmony, the equal cross. We also have yin yang, dynamic, and then we also have jaguar, perception. First, I want to talk about this one. If any of you have been worried about the way that you're going to be perceived in any way, maybe you're thinking about like, oh, what is this person going to think of me? What are they going to think of me? Maybe you're worried about your perception. And so maybe it's been holding you back from something in some way, shape, or form. I'm really feeling like this is your month to become the jaguar and be like, you know what? I define who I am powerful, and I completely believe in myself. That is coming through really strong. And then also living life in more harmony with what you desire. So harmony when it comes to how you speak, think, feel, and act. When you're in harmony with your highest self, with your highest vision, oh my gosh, things just feel so good. Things feel so good. And also, what this is reminding me of is the equinox, because that's kind of like the equal cross, you know, the sun and the equator. The equinox that's coming up September 21st. So that your September 21st is going to be very significant for you. It's going to be a significant period, perhaps even that week, or even the entire month of September, to be honest with you, because it's kind of like the month of our equinox that we have. So September 21st is going to be a very powerful time for you. We have this equal cross energy, and then also yin yang, which talks about equality and kind of like the blending of opposites. If you have anything in your life right now that you're kind of like obligated to do that you don't necessarily want to do, but you have to do it, but then there's also other things that you're building to kind of help, you know, get to your dream life or things like this. I really feel like this month, it's learning how to work in harmony with those two things, realizing that you are leading yourself to something greater. There's also like this spiritual aspect where I feel like you're almost really connecting to a deeper side of you, a deeper aspect of you, especially with that equal cross energy coming up. I almost feel like you're in a transition period, because when we talk about the equinox, it's almost like the equinox, it's the transition of the sun moving to a new hemisphere. Ooh, bam, wow. Ooh, I just got an epiphany. Got a massive epiphany coming through. If you have been going through a harder time lately, especially like feeling stressed, feeling overworked, feeling burnt out, feeling worried about something at all, even if it's been kind of trickling on underneath, maybe we haven't been like giving it too much thought, but it's just sort of been there in the background. You're moving on the scale to a brighter time, where now you're transitioning into this new period where it's no longer going to be more about that kind of stagnation or resistance or things like that. You're moving to the receptive time, where you're going to be receiving insight, information, manifestations, receiving things to you for all the work that you've been putting in, especially if you've been feeling like you've been working so hard without equal returns, right? Harmony is when the equality happens. Yin yang is connected to karma. So if you've been pushing forward, doing so much, and you're like, where's the returns for this? Where is it? When is it coming in? This is the month where you're now entering the cross point, where all of a sudden things are shifting into you receiving. Where it was you giving before, and we were on that side of the cross, all of a sudden September is going to be the equal cross, where things start becoming equal returns to what you're putting out. And then you're going to be receiving more than what you're putting out, because it's equaling what you've been giving prior. So it's actually, you're in this shift point where you're entering the other side of that teeter-totter, and things are going to start flowing to you rather than feeling like you have to overgive. And especially as you begin shifting that dynamic within yourself and being more receptive and being more of allowing yourself to receive, I guess is the word I'm looking for. It is going to shift your entire dynamic. Ooh, especially with money. We have the Four of Pentacles showing up reversed, especially in regards to money. Especially if you've been living in scarcity mode, because the Four of Pentacles is when we're living in scarcity, when we're so scared of spending, we're so scared of losing what we've built. It's also when we place material worth above all else, and we almost feel like unworthy unless we're super materially successful. However, you're completely worthy regardless of your material success. However, this card showed up in the reverse position, which is amazing, because it's when we let down our guard and we realize, okay, I need to allow myself to receive. I need to allow myself to flow. And it's also when we release scarcity and lack. So I almost wonder if some of you are doing some work around like money and abundance, because whatever work you've been doing around that is really paying off. I will also say this really correlates to a program that I'm coming out with, so I will have the link for that down below in case any of you are interested. It's called Codes of Abundance, and it's kind of all about manifesting wealth. And look at all the pentacle cards we have coming up for you. Oh my goodness. Career and money and wealth and all of these material things are absolutely a big focus for you in the month of September. You're going to be refining your work and also learning how to bloom so much more in your life, how to harvest more for your work, charging more. You're raising your prices, either getting a promotion, asking for a raise. Wow, there's some big stuff coming in. Again, I'm gonna have my program again linked down below. If any of you are randomly called towards that, it is gonna be linked down below. I don't wanna spend too much time talking about that though, but I just feel like it's very relevant to this reading, so I wanted to mention it. But wow, you're gonna be refining things and realizing that, for one, you don't need to hold on to perfectionism. That's coming through. Two, you're going to be refining your skills. So either you are working on something, making it better, improving something, improving yourself, working on self-improvement, or even doing things where you are refining a project or even learning a new skill to be able to harvest more. The work that you are putting in September in your work is going to pay off, because it is quite literally leading you to a promotion, it's leading you to a raise, and it's leading you to making more money. It is going to pay off. which is exactly what was coming through earlier in our other cards. Whatever it is that you're doing right now is actually leading to a big payoff, because I feel like you've been doing a lot. Those skills that you've been learning, the way that you've been refining yourself, the way that you've been expanding yourself is quite literally going to pay off, and you're no longer going to be in scarcity. Rather, you're all of a sudden going to have the blooming, the blossoming of the fruits of your labor, where all of a sudden now the fruits are growing. So, wow, oh my goodness, I am so excited for you, my group number 5s. This is so dang exciting. Let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. We also have the nature card showing up. So perhaps also you're going to be called to spend more time in nature, but nature I feel like is also very connected to the fruits of our labor, right? So naturally, the fruits of your labor are going to be growing. If you have any plants that you've been waiting for them to fruit and blossom, September, they're also going to be coming in. September also is the time of the harvest season. We're moving into quite literally the harvest season. Fall is associated with the harvest. Fall begins September 21st, at least for the Northern Hemisphere. So for you, oh my goodness, there's such big themes. I'm getting a huge epiphany right now. My group number 5s, I've got goosebumps. Listen to this. Anytime goosebumps come through, Spirit is giving you confirmation and saying, yes, that this is true. So the fall period, which is from September 21st to December 21st, you are going to be making more money. And I know that we're focusing on your month of September reading, but Spirit wants to focus on the entire period of the fall season, which begins September 21st and goes all the way to December 21st. Spirit is saying that this season is going to be really fruitful for you. If you are called to refine more skills, work on something, bring something to life, if you're making a product or providing a service, working on your career in some way, shape, or form, even going to school for something, you are going to notice the payoff for that. You are really going to notice the payoff for that, especially between the periods of September 21st till December 21st. You're going to feel really badass. You're going to feel like I'm getting a lot of ish done. You're going to be really proud of yourself, to say the least. The warrior is also when we're able to cut through old obstacles and things like that. And I really feel like you are having major breakthroughs this month. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you, my group 5s. Oh, that card, I guess, wanted to come out. We also have confidence. You're going to be so much more confident in yourself and what you're providing. Look at how she's like sitting here really proud of this, like what she's made. It's like a bowl of soup or something in this depiction, but whatever it is that you're making or working on, you're like really confident in it. You're confident in yourself. Let's see what else we get here for you. We also have best possible decision. You are going to be so proud at the decisions that you've made because they're leading you to more abundance. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into our Astro Dice. I know a whole lot of your reading was really centered around career and things like that and schooling and skills, but I feel like that's really the main theme that's coming through for you. I also feel like there's going to be more balance in your life in general since we have the harmony card. You're going to be more in harmony with your dream self, more in harmony with your life and your tasks and your schedule in general. Harmony can also be connected to love and things like that. Yin Yang can be connected to divine partnership. So if you do have a partner, I really feel like the dynamic is going to be more harmonious, especially through the month of September. Yeah, and you're getting over your fear of perception, your fear of being perceived, your fear of being seen. You are getting over your fear of being seen with the Jaguar card, and you're stepping more into your inner warrior. So perhaps you're also coming to light more and letting go of your fear of being seen. And that's going to be another major reason why your finances are increasing. So let's go ahead and roll our Astro Dice. We're going to roll it 3 times to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs that will be in your life this month. So let's go ahead and see. So we have Scorpio energy. Scorpio's been coming out for a lot of people. I guess there's a lot of Scorpios be going around here today. So let's see who else we get. We also have Pisces energy. And we also have Virgo energy. So Scorpio, Virgo, and Pisces energy. Those are the top 3 most likely zodiac signs that'll be in your life this month or you'll be hearing from. Let's go ahead and see any last information for you. We have the South Node in Scorpio in the 12th house. The South Node is stuff from our past, even people from our past. So there could even be somebody from your past that you might hear from. The South Node could also be skills from our past, projects from our past, things that are resurfacing for us to complete and finish. I'm also feeling like your past self, or even past karma, past things that you were doing, things that you've already completed. Now you're raking in the karma for that, which is great. So also the 12th house represents our mind, our creativity, our spirituality, even secrets that we have, something that we're working on more in private that we haven't told anybody about yet. Perhaps September is going to be a big reveal of something that we've been working on. Perhaps we're getting more creative, or we're tapping back into our old creativity or an old idea that we had and bringing it to life or transforming it in some way so that we can renew it. So there might be a renewal of some kind, like renewing a license, renewing a skill, renewing a project or something like this that is going to be rebirthing. So that is what we have over here, my beautiful, beautiful group number 5s. Before ending this off, actually, we're gonna get one more card here. There we go, we got a couple. I forgot I wanted to take out these cards for you as well. So let's see, we have don't let life be a collection of missed opportunities. Rather, take the opportunities, even if we look stupid for a moment, that's okay. Don't let life be a collection of missed opportunities. You're gonna look back one day being like, I wish I just did the thing. Why didn't I just do the thing? And then we also have regain what they took from you. Okay, so if you've had anything from your past where it feels like somebody took your confidence or your light or anything like this, regain what they took for you. Call your power back. You deserve it to have it back in your hands. Then we also have embrace the uncertainty. Uncertainty is one of the divine parts of life. It is okay to be uncertain at times. It is okay to not have all the answers. Embrace it because it is leading you to a brand new chapter where there's brand new beautiful things that are going to be manifesting. So that is what we have here for you, my beautiful, beautiful group number 5s. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, my loves. Bye.